Right, here we go. Welcome to week 30. I've had to close the curtains. The sun is proper bright today, and even a cyclist tan, yeah, with the gloves. Yeah, wow, what a week. Right, it's back on focus. Okay, so this week is about nutrition, right? It's been a proper journey. I have never really understood how important nutrition is. There's something about me that likes a challenge, yeah, that likes things to be difficult, right? And even like not eating properly while pushing myself to the limit. There's been plenty of occasions where I've fallen flat because of that. But nutrition is very important, right? Last week I was talking about how I made some changes, moved away from the heavy foods, right, and looking at increasing the amount of carbs I take on. Not just increasing it, but also trying to keep it as consistent as possible, like not having these peaks and troughs of like loading and then dropping right down and loading up again. The change has been, so I mentioned before about the chocolate milk, but also there's like Haribo style sweets that I have, okay? So these sweets, given the total weight of the bag that's in there, and the approximate weight of each, I'm certainly not I'm not saying I weighed every single one of them out, right? But I just took an approximate, right? I have 2 sweets every 15 minutes, okay? And then I mean, it's hard. It's hard to do that while working because you've got so many other things to take into consideration. So 2 sweets every 15 minutes, or as close to that as possible. If I feel like I've slipped a 15-minute block, then I will have 4, right? So as close to that number as possible, and then the milk, I would have like a drink of that every hour, again, all close to that as possible, right? Now, historically, days 3 and 4 have always been the most difficult days, right? This is basically when fatigue really starts to take control, right? Well, not take control, but it makes things. It kind of does take control, right? It has an impact. Okay, everything becomes a bit more difficult, right? Even like the smallest things. You turn up at the customer and they're not answering the phone. It just pisses you off straight away. Small minor things have a big impact because of fatigue, right? So this new routine, new nutrition routine that I'm doing, this week it has made an impact, right? The days 3 and 4, I mean, they're still difficult, but they're not as difficult. I can process things. I did process things a lot better during those 2 days. There was less of an internal struggle that I have with myself, like talking about looking at the distance and going, fucking hell, have I still got to do that amount of kilometres? Like, isn't it time for a break? Really don't want to be doing this. I'm feeling uncomfortable. Like all these conversations that you have with yourself, yeah. Like everyone has conversations with themselves, right? I don't know if everyone does, but I do. There was a lot less of that internal conversations going on. Things were noticeably different. Yeah, I'm not saying like I was feeling fresh or like brand new or anything like that. Just there was a difference, right? A positive difference. Okay. Now, what is 2 sweets every 15 minutes, right? So this is and the milk, right? This basically works out to be 19 carbs per hour that I'm having, right? Now, to put this into context, an elite athlete would be doing somewhere between 60 to 90 per hour, right? So this is like, given the distance that I'm doing, really and truly, I should be getting, if not in them numbers, very close to them, right? So this is how far off I am of that. Can someone switch from doing 19 to 90? Apparently not. Every source that I've gone to has said that it's really not a good idea to do that. So I've got to like kind of level myself up a little bit. But carbs are not the full story, right? The milk, protein element of this has a big impact, right? So of a day, while I'm on a bike, right, it's 23 grams of protein. That would be the total amount that I would have. That's the sweets and the milk, right? Now, this is not... so 23 grams of protein, 19 carbs per hour, that's of a 12-hour day, right? Talking about like 1,000 calories, something like that. This does not make up my total amount of intake, maybe not the right words, food, nutrition, something like that, right? Because there is breakfast. I have quite a big breakfast post ride when I come home. There's my main meal as well, and depending on how bad the day has been, if I'm still feeling hungry after the meal, there's like a snack that I would have, like just like a sandwich or like some cereal or something like that. The numbers that I'm throwing out, they are specifically just for the ride, right? Not the whole day, okay? But overall, this little change, right, of keeping to a routine, looking at what I'm eating. Actually, let me start that again. This new routine that I'm doing, which was identifying the wrong foods that I was taking, looking at something new, something manageable, something that I can consistently have, that provides me the source of nutrition that my body needs, right? This has been a real good change, right? Now, like I said, I do need to level up, right? So next week, probably take it up to 3 sweets for every 15 minutes. So you're talking like a 50% increase. So it'll go from 19 to what is that? 27, 28, 28. Try that, see how it goes. But next week, there's a couple of things that change. I am constantly fighting a moving target, right? This is what this whole fucking project has been, right? Just there's no getting used to something and going, right, okay, I can do that, yeah. It's like, here's a week, go do it, and then change it for the next week, right? Because next week is actually going to be the furthest distance that I have ridden in a day for 5 days, right? So 216 kilometers per day, Monday to Friday. Also, there's it's week 3, so it's a fatigue test on the Saturday as well. So I'm going to be completely fucked. But there's a bonus. There's a bonus to this as well, because next week is predicted to be like a really hot week next week. That's where this bikeman's tan. I've literally like got a permanent shorts and t-shirt image going on underneath my clothes. Yeah, because it's gonna be like just to clear that up. I don't know why I said that. Fucking hell. But because I'm outdoors, right? So there's parts of my body that are tanned more than others, right? Fucking hell. Where was I? Next week is going to be like what they're saying, over 30 degrees next week. Now, the last time it was that temperature, I physiologically crashed on the Friday. I could not. I didn't even attempt to get out of bed. That was a proper. I was going to say a failure, but it was a proper experience. So we get to go again. Me and the environment, right? Round 2, ding ding, let's go. But yeah, it's so next week, longest distance, right? 216 kilometers is what the target is each day, minimum, right? 30 degrees plus each day. Monday to Friday, while I'm out. I don't know about the weekends, but we have experience of this, right? I now know what it feels like to ride in them temperatures. I now know what my body needs. I've changed my diet. I've got a new plan. Hydration, fucking hell. On Friday, I think I had about 6 litres of water while I was out. That was a hot day as well. So there's all these things like and unless you experience them, you don't know, right? This is it. So I'm looking forward to next week. really thinking it's going to be a positive outcome, but we don't know. We can't predict anything. We just have to turn up and see what happens. So yeah, that's it. Let's go, right?